Hey everybody, it's Kevin Flying Spot Productions here for the Buried Easter Egg Mind Games. I'm going to show you how to do it the full thing. Now before I do get into this, I'm going to let you guys know that we did this on our second attempt. And the first attempt went really bad. It was like 3 hours in, the second to last step. And then we had to leave our PlayStations on all night and turn them off in the morning. So we did all the work for nothing. The second attempt went way better, except that one guy lagged out. He rejoined in, then he left, and we had to find another person. It was complicated. It was a lot of work, but we got it done. So here's some requirements. You need the 4 players, the paralyzer, the time bomb, galvanucles or the Bowie knife, and Vulturate. Now let's go to the first step.
Samuel? Samuel Stollinger?
What? Oh no,
Insta-kill. Calm yourself, Samuel. We're all friends here, are we not?
Not really. Me and Russman are buddies, but, I hate that girl with a passion.
We have no time for such petty rivalries, my friend. I fear that Maxis may manipulate your companions into following his orders. He can be a very convincing liar. I know this firsthand. For now, you must focus on only gaining control of the tower above ground. It is more important than you can possibly imagine.
Something you carry around.
So, no pressure then?
Bravado. Yes, I see what you're up to.
The components necessary to build an energy conduit to power the tower can all be sourced from this location. When you find them, you must ensure that they are not used to help Maxis.
I think I need to dip into my safe.
Ah! Perfect! And Guillotine! Find and bring the parts to this location. Together we will thwart Maxis. Don't worry, we don't actually need to cut off his head. I was talking metaphorically. Although decapitations can follow if time permits.
Guess I'm off on another treasure hunt.
Alright, so Richtofen says we need to help him out, so let's do that. So the first step is building the Guillotine, which is located between the saloon and the gunsmith. And there's 4 parts you need to pick up. So the satellite dish is on the upstairs part of the saloon. It's right where you can see the guillotine. If you walk out, it's just going to be right on that catwalk area.
I am putting a lot of effort in here. I sure hope it's worth it.
Das ist sehr gut, little Samuel. I confess that I had worried that your courage might desert you. I love being wrong.
The spool of wire is located where you go into the bank from underground. So where all the chalk drawings are, it's in that building. You walk in and turn left.
This would be a whole lot easier if it came with directions.
Progress. Incredible progress.
The crystals are in the mines up top, so you can just walk in any entrance and you'll find them.
Hey, does this belong to anybody? No? I got no clue what I'm making here, but it sure ain't a cake.
You are approaching the climactic moment. Oh, it feels good, yeah.
And the last part's the antenna, which is in the bottom floor of the barn. It's in one of the stables on the right.
Wonderful! You have done so well. We are not finished yet. Listen for my helpful advice. I can only apologize if it seems cryptic. I cannot see so well from here.
So now that that's built, we need the paralyzer to charge up the 4 orbs around the map. The locations are between the saloon and the candy shop.
Look at that! That's perfect. It's bigger and better. Find the others. Repeat the process.
The left side of the entrance to the church behind a rock. In the mining tunnel system above the town.
Oh, look! Just what we're looking for. Well, almost. They need a little more oomph before they will serve our needs. Find the right tool, Samuel, but do it quickly. Your allies may yet choose to follow Maxis.
And the last one is when you go out of the ghost house into the maze, look at the maze and turn around, and it's going to be to your right in all like the foliage.
There should be a little light floating around. Perhaps some poltergeist resided within.
So now you're going to see a purple lantern floating around the map. What you have to do is throw a grenade right next to it so it falls to the ground. And you can pick it up and you have to fill it up with souls, which is the ghost house mistresses. So you have to go in there. I would suggest putting all your money in the bank because they're going to take a lot of your money anyway. It's going to happen. And galvanucles are extremely helpful here.
Pick up the lantern. I'm sure it is harmless enough.
I know what this is. Oh, no. I thought it was something else.
Departed souls leave residual energy in their wake. This energy must be used to fuse the lantern.
You're also going to hear bells ring when you're filling up the lantern, but once that stops, that means you filled it up all the way.
I'm telling you to go shine its light on the stuff.
Now you're going to go back to the town and get on top of the gunsmith where you will see a purple lantern symbol, and you're going to put the lantern on it, and this code's going to come up which you have to decipher with a tic-tac-toe cipher. I'll put it on the screen.
All this talk of energy is so vague, yeah? It's best not to worry about it. Just think of the big ones. Positive, negative, north and south, right and dark, good and evil. Anyway, cheer up, it's all good. You just need to smear the right area with some fresh zombie blood. Oh, it's so fresh.
And this is going to tell you what 3 signs you have to hit in which order to activate the Wisp. And for this part, you're going to need Galvanucles with a Bowie knife and Vulture to see the Wisp. So for this cipher, you can use this key pretty much. So the red line represents what letter, and then the white line represents what square it's in. So for the first one here, it's going to be D, because the red line's all the way to the left, and then the white line has 3 sides, so it means it's the upper row of 3. One thing you have to make sure of though is to know when it's a space, because the space is like YZ, and then it doesn't have 3 letters, so the third place represents a space. So it could be like our first sign was dry and then another word, so it was DRY space. And it's really not that hard after you figure out the cipher. So once you figure out the 3 words, you're going to go into the caverns in the top of the town and look for them on the sign and hit them in the order that they are on the cipher, so from top to bottom. And when they glow red, you know you did it right.
Maxis calls it a wisp. It's really just a ball of life force imprisoned in this place for all eternity. It is probably best not to dwell on what it really is. It will make you so sad.
This is where it gets kind of difficult. The Wisp, you have to just touch, like run into it, and it moves around the map. You're going to need probably like 3 people positioned in like each corner of the map, because it is kind of difficult to get to if you're just one person running around. And you need Vulture to see it, so make sure, you know, most people have Vulture.
It is probably best not to dwell on what it really is. It will make you so sad.
Now this is where the time bomb comes in. You're going to need to get the time bomb and put it on the guillotine, and then wait for zombies to come and start killing them around the guillotine because their hands will glow blue. And then until Richtofen says so, just keep going, and then we're going to go to the infinity round.
Oh, I'm so exhausted after all that excitement. Do me a favor, Bill. Be a pal. Find the switch to turn it on. Okay, Sam, I don't want you to get upset or worried, but it seems that somewhere along the way, we accidentally tore a teensy-weensy hole in the fabric of time
Never
or
even
space.
knew it hit you.
Like I said, it's nothing to worry about, but you need to cross your own timeline in order to put things right. Just detonate a time bomb near the guillotine, and everything will be hunky-dory.
When you go to the infinity round, you're going to find 4 bodies, and they're the 4 bodies of us, pretty much. And there's about 11 different spawn locations, I think, so I'm going to tell you them, and hopefully this will help you out. Directly in front of the guillotine, in front of the saloon's entrance stairs, to the left of the gunsmith entrance, in the crevice behind the barn and the gunsmith, where all the nav card stuff is, in front of the jailhouse, in between the general store and the box location, to the right of the candy store entrance coming from the courthouse, in between the giant rock near the gallows, behind the rock to the left of the church where the red orb is, just past the entrance to the church near the workbench, the alleyway between the bank and the barn walls, the Bible will be laying on the wall of the bank. So every time you go back, you're going to find 4 bodies. If you don't find all 4, that's fine. You get a max ammo and do it again. If you want to stay on the same round and get a max ammo, you can go to the bank and have Huckleberry or Leroy, or wherever your team calls him. We call him a lot of names. You can have him change a money power-up to a max ammo. And it saves a lot of time. Costs a little bit of money, but hopefully you have enough in the bank to do it.
Secondary triggering.
Once you're in the infinity round, the zombies are unkillable, so it's a really good idea to have monkeys and throw them periodically, like 1 to 3 people to have them. It's really helpful, and you have 90 seconds in there, so even if you do die, it doesn't matter as long as everyone doesn't die. 1 person could be left standing, and you'll go back and like nothing happened. But you're just going to press squares over all the bodies you find, and it'll say switch found or nothing found. Once you go back, put the switch on the guillotine, and Richtofen will tell you what to do next.
Maybe this one's more.
I won't warn you again. Okay, maybe one more time. Don't matter what the others say, Stu. I got faith in you.
So many puzzles, so many games. Where do they come from? That's a ghost. Maxis does these all the time.
I want to get the big fella.
Lots of
He can deal with the little ones.
He will push you as far as he can, following his own ridiculous rules. Only to cast you aside like youth disuse. I won't do that to you, Samuel student. I like you too much. Now be a good boy and run along to the
Little
main.
runs need to be taught a lesson. Where's our friend? You're not in any position to make demands.
I'm sure it's now just a simple matter of flipping the switches in the correct order.
Okay, we're going to go to the maze now. This is probably the hardest part in the entire thing. Actually, that's not true. The last part's pretty hard. But here's what you go. There are 4 switches in the maze, and every person has to be in the maze while you do this or it won't work. You have to figure out which ones you have to hit first in like a kind of trial and error thing. Luckily, when we did it in this match, we did it on the first shot, and it was crazy. But you know that you put the switch down in the right position when it sparks. So basically, you just have to have everyone tell, like, have an order and be like, okay, you do it now, then I'll do it, then he'll do it, then he can do it. And then whoever got a spark means that they did it in the right position, and you just figure it out from there. And to reset them, you can go through the wormhole or back through the house, and all the switches will reset. But they have to be all put down to be reset.
I'm so proud of you! We are inching ever closer to our goal. Many inches. Oh, do you ever wish for something so hard that you think you're going to burst if you don't get it? Well, today all our wishes are going to come true. Just take all your hard-earned pennies along to the fountain.
Now we're going to go to the wishing well, or just it's just a fountain that Leroy hit to make that wormhole in the maze, and you're going to click make a wish, and all of a sudden these targets are going to start popping up. Now there's 4 locations for each person to stand to hit their own targets. Beside the candy store and in front of the courtroom has to hit 20 targets. The left side of the mansion, the windows, has to hit 23 targets. On the railing by the saloon, you have to hit 19 targets, and by the jail cell, which is where I'm going to be, you have to hit 22 targets. You have to hit them all, and if you don't, it just keeps resetting. So you can just keep clicking make a wish, and you guys are going to see what happens when someone leaves the game when we're at this effing step.
Yes!
He's in? Yes!
He's in! But he has a 1 bar though. Not gonna work.
Yo.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yes, he's in!
Yes, he's in. He's in. He's in. He's in. Alright. Alright. Sandy, explain to your cousin what we're doing.
Yo, Andy.
Does he have a mic?
Yes, yes. Andy, turn your mic on.
Get your
This
mic
is important. This is very
This is so
fucking important.
We've
Fuck up.
wasted 3 hours of our life on this today.
Is it a life and death matter?
Yes. Yes. Very life and death matter.
What are we doing?
Okay.
What are we doing?
You're gonna be in a shooting range. You
Okay.
have to hit every fucking target.
Alright? It's an Easter egg. It's the last part of the Easter egg. It's it.
Here it is, guys, the home stretch. I'm going to show you my perspective. So, we did it. Well, we're going to do it anyway. And once you hit all the targets, you get all the perks. Unfortunately, Richtofen or Max doesn't say anything until you do the end game, which I will be uploading very, very soon.
Wow! Did you see what I did? I didn't!
Now we're going to go to the courthouse to see if we did it right. And we did. All 4 on the right are lit up, which means we completed the Richtofen side if it's blue. If it was orange, it would mean the Max's side. Thanks for getting us to 500 subs. That's ridiculous. I cannot thank you guys enough. I'd like to thank everyone who helped us with this. Thanks to LB Gaston and Insanity for helping us out. We couldn't have done it without them. Like, comment, subscribe for more Easter eggs and endgame and everything buried. I'm Kevin for Flying Smart Productions, and I'll see you guys later.